Hey everyone. First of all, a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to you all. My name is Priyanka Bakshi. I've been a yoga practitioner and teacher for the past couple of years, and ever since I started yoga, my life has changed in so many ways. And having a better health and immunity is one of the things that has completely changed in my life. So I've noticed that ever since I've been practicing yoga regularly, I don't fall sick as often as I used to. Touch wood. And I believe that it's because out of the various benefits that yoga offers, building a better immunity is certainly one of them, and that's what we're here to discuss today. Building a better immunity with yoga. So, a lot of studies suggest that various viruses reside inside us, which actually create an imbalance in us, and that stops our body from fighting the infections that occur. And for years, yogis have been emphasizing on the yoga's benefits for helping the body fight against viruses. And it's because the yoga asanas are designed in a way uh, that not only benefit the physical body, like unlike most other exercises, these are designed to actually help your body internal body organs also function better. In fact, there are yoga poses for our body organs which we don't even think about. There are yoga poses for our kidney, there are yoga poses for our liver, and so on. So what these asanas do is these asanas provide preventive measures and relief from various physical and mental ailments, and our digestive system, our digestive tract, and our respiratory tract play a very important role in our body's ability to fight against diseases. This goes without saying. And in the yoga tradition, it is suggested that the digestive tract is actually where all the diseases root, and especially the cold and flu root in our digestive tract. So what happens is these, with an imbalance in the digestive tract, these cause congestion in the respiratory system. So these cold and flu, after starting from the digestive tract, they attack the respiratory system, and these manifest as diseases in the body. So yoga poses that include twisting and extending the belly are very beneficial for releasing the toxins that are seated in the body, and they help get rid of diseases in the respiratory and the digestive tract. So these cold and flu infections, allergies, asthma, and chronic respiratory conditions are all linked to a weakened immune system caused by imbalance in breathing. So pranayama plays a very important role here. Regular breathing exercises help you create more space within your lungs. It helps you create a better lung capacity, which results in better breathing, and better breathing is better life, because prana, breath, means life. Yeah, then there are meditations that regular meditation helps you de-stress. It helps reduce hormone levels of the stress hormones in your immunity system and in your body, which again boost a better health. So let's directly get into the poses that can help you boost your immunity. I'm gonna just shift the camera. Just give me a moment to settle the camera. Okay, so the first asana is Sukhasana. It's called the simple pose. Sometimes the most complicated problems are solved in the simplest of spots. So I'm starting with the simplest of pose, easy pose or simple pose. For this, what you do is you sit in a cross-legged position, Your shoulders over your hips, head right over your shoulders, chin a little tucked in, and your crown above. Your hands can be here or here or here, whatever feels comfortable. I'm going to go with hands on my knees. Here you breathe. As you take your first breath in, you lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, you feel the ground beneath you. You, you tuck your seat in and you feel the ground beneath you. If it is available to you, you can join in with me. I'm going to do this for 10 breaths. You're welcome to join in. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, feel the ground. So sitting in Sukhasana for 10 breaths will help you reduce your stress hormones, your stress levels. Your heart rate is in control when you practice Sukhasana, and your nervous system is nourished, and it calms the nervous system. If you're a beginner, you can always start with 10 breaths, and as you start practicing more often, you can practice up to 10 minutes, or you can keep practicing it, but you can increase your practice for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Let's move on to the next pose. It's called Ardha Matsyendrasana, which is half Lord of the Fish pose. It is a spinal twist. Spinal twists help help to nourish not only the spine but also your digestive tract. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of toxins and a lot of diseases begin from the digestive tract and make their way up to the respiratory tract. This is, if you like, practicing spinal twists can help avoid that. So for Ardha Matsyendrasana, straighten your legs out. Plant your left foot next to your right leg. Foot on the ground. Keep your right foot flexed. You have the option to keep it like that, or you have the option to fold your knee. As you inhale, take your right hand outside your knee, left knee, and your left hand behind you. Shoulder opening, gazing over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, twist a little more. You can start with staying here for 5 breaths. Switch sides. The same thing, straighten out both the legs. Right knee bend. Five breaths on both sides. Each time you inhale, lengthen a little more. Each time you exhale, gaze a little more towards your shoulder and open your shoulder a little more. I'm showing an alternate option for people who are doing it with their legs extended on this side. But the first one, if you were this way, then it's better you continue this way. So So you can start with 5 on both sides, and in the first week and in the second week, you can move on to 10 reps on both sides. The longer you hold the pose, the longer your body's, the longer space, the more space you create within the body. Um, so yeah, this pose is great for stimulating your digestive system and to release toxins from the belly. Then moving on to the next pose, this is a very basic pose. If you already practice yoga, you know the benefits of down dog. Put your hands on the ground, your feet on the ground, and your tailbone pushing up. Your tailbone goes up. Both your hands firmly pressed into the ground, both your feet firmly pressed into the ground. In case you have tight hamstrings, you have the option to bend your knees. Your chest pushing towards your knees, your shoulders opening wide, and your arms rotating inward this way. Your knees, if your knees are bent, just make sure you're still pushing the soles of your feet down and your tailbone up. You can tuck your chin in your chest. Stay for 10 breaths. So what down dog does is it looks like a very easy pose, but when you're into it, you realize that it actually generates a lot of heat in your body. So it as you're facing downward, it drains the sinuses. It relieves any pressure caused by cold or sinus infections inside, and it moves the white blood cells which fight viruses, the infections in the body. Next pose is Uttanasana. So you can't see me, but you'll be able to. Both your big toes together, hands up, breathe in, exhale, hands down. Here again, if you have the option to touch the floor, you can. If not, if your hands don't reach the floor, you can always hold your shin, your tailbone pushing upward. That is the most important action in this pose. And your head pressing towards the ground, your chest pressing towards the knees. Stay for 5 breaths. In this pose, again, you can start with staying for 5 breaths, and it's an easy pose, so you can also start with staying here for 10 breaths. What this pose does is it pushes the blood flow towards your head. It opens up your sinuses and any congestion in the mucous membrane, and it helps release congestion. The next pose that we're going to practice is the bridge pose. So for the bridge pose, you lie straight on your back, your feet and pressing into the ground, hands by your side, your lower back also pressing into the ground. At first, as you breathe in, push through the soles of your feet and up, push your tailbone up and your hips up. As you do this, bring your arms together, your hands together, and your outer arms firmly pressing into the ground, pushing your chest up, your hip pushing up. So this is the action going up. This feels so good for the lower back. And exhale, come down. So the bridge pose is great to stimulate the thymus, that is your chest gland, which is responsible for the growth of T cells, which is the body's first response to fighting any infections, cold or flu. Um, yeah, so we'll move on to the last pose of the day, which is cobra. For that, you come on your belly, your hands besides you, next to your chest, your foot, your feet pressing into the ground, the fronts of your feet, and you push through your hands and up. So a lot of people make this mistake with this pose. They go like this. This is not good for your neck. What you want to do is you want to pull through the crown of your head up and starting from your lower back. So it goes from here to here. Now you may be here or here. That's completely fine. What you want to do is you want to push your elbows together, open your shoulders up. The most important actions here, and pull upwards. You can start with staying here for 5 breaths. This gives the same benefits as the bridge pose, but it is also great for your digestive system, your blood circulation. It opens your hearts, your lungs, your shoulders, and your respiratory tract. It's very good for people who want to learn how to breathe. So yes, these were some of the poses, and that's all I have for today. When it comes to poses, one thing to remember is that yoga is not an overnight thing. It's not something that you do today and tomorrow your immunity will be better. It's not a pill that you're popping, but it has to be a way of life. It helps boost your immunity when you make yoga a way of life, when it becomes a lifestyle choice and you're not just practicing yoga on the mat but also off the mat, with your being mindful about your eating habits and exercising regularly, drinking water. These things also help build your immunity, and when coupled with these poses can work like magic for you. So that's all I have for today. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here for 5 more minutes. If there are no questions, then I'll go. So someone is asking yoga, what age can children start yoga? There is no age for yoga. I have my niece is 1 year old and she's 2 years old now, but she started practicing. Her mom is a regular yoga practitioner, and she started practicing yoga when she was 1. And that child, that child of yoga is such a wise child, such an inspirational child. I mean, I've never seen someone so wise and inspirational at that age. So yoga can be done at any age, and the sooner you start, the better it is, because it becomes a way of life then. Thanks, Saiba. I am so hot right now because yoga, just 5 minutes of yoga can create a lot of heat in your body. You can see the sweat. Something for back pain and neck pain, Dipesh. Dipesh, the pose that I showed you, the cobra pose, that is actually the best pose for back pain. If you practice it regularly for 10, starting with 10 seconds and then moving on to even 1 minute every day, it will do wonders for your back. So I always had a chronic backache problem, and My backache was not limited to lower back or because of sitting. I just had that problem that my back would chronically pain, even the upper back. And then a lot of yoga, a lot of cobra pose helped me. Then you can do some wall stretches like I can show it to you. So your hands like that. It's like puppy pose but standing and up, pushing into the wall and bending your back. It's great for the shoulder. It's great for the shoulders. It's great for the back. It's great for the neck also. So these are a couple of poses that you can practice every day. Then you can practice some bow pose for back pain. I think that's all we have for today. We're not getting more questions. So thank you for joining me. I hope this helps you. I hope you practice this. I really wish that you practice this because practicing just these few poses can actually help you build a better immunity. And with all that's going on right now, I think our immunity is the most important thing that we need to take care of. It's not just exercise is not just limited to our physical appearances anymore, but also very important to keep you fit internally to be able to the fight whatever's going on, because it's not just the ongoing virus but even the weather that is causing a lot of people to fall sick. So practicing yoga, making yoga a part of your daily life can really help you. It helped me, so I can vouch for it. Thank you for joining me. You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is my name here, my screen name. That's EEBEEBB. Thank you, Fast&Up, for getting me here. I'm gonna go. Bye.